So who goes up?
When you watch Jason and Jody Dahlen's family playing cards, expect to see as much laughter and talking as shuffling and dealing. You can tell this family from Ashby, Minnesota enjoys spending time together. It's hard to believe just 9 months ago, they almost lost Jason.
No, 2-1.
On April 22nd of last year, 44-year-old Jason was at work in Fargo on a construction site just off I-94. He was laying concrete blocks on a 20-foot-high scaffolding when it all started to change.
I just was feeling kind of something wasn't right. I could tell something was wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on it. You know, I told the guys, I said, I gotta sit down. Then I must have passed out.
911 was called, and paramedics Todd Newman and Nicole Henning arrived on the scene just moments later to find Jason pale, sweaty, and a little disoriented. Since Dahlen has diabetes, they figured at first it might be some kind of diabetic reaction, but they ruled it out after his blood sugar level tested in the normal range. But a 12-lead electrocardiogram showed his heart rate was just 24 beats a minute. Normal is between 60 and 100. His EKG showed a troubling and very erratic heart rhythm.
The paramedics, told me I was having a heart attack, and which I couldn't believe because, at my age, 44, I thought, Jesus, this can't be happening,
I believe we contacted Essentia on the job site and alerting him that they were having an acute heart attack, a STEMI coming to them.
A STEMI is a full-blown heart attack with the complete blockage of a heart artery. The cath lab team, including Dr. Yasser Al-Mansir, Nancy Barnick, and Kristen Hogan, went into action preparing the lab for Jason. Just minutes later, he was on the table, where the blockage was found and a stent placed in the blocked artery. This after image shows how the blood flowed after the stent was placed. Only about an hour had passed since Jason fell ill at work. Crucial time needed in saving heart muscle. After the procedure, Jason was taken to Essentia's ICU, where Jody anxiously waited to see her husband for the first time. But the drama wasn't over yet.
You could see that his heart rate was dropping, his blood pressure started tanking, and it only took one look for all of us to know that something wasn't right.
It was just like out of a scene out of a movie. I walked into the room and he was laying there, and there were probably 15, 20 people around his bed, and the buzzers and the beepers were going, and I knew that something wasn't right.
Jason was rushed back to the cath lab, where they found the stent had been occluded somehow. They cleaned it out, and Dr. Al-Mansir placed another stent. Days later, Jason was out of the hospital and feeling better. He's quit smoking and is trying to be better about his diet and exercise. Looking back, he says it would have been so easy to ignore his symptoms that day at work. He wasn't having chest pain or pain down his left arm.
I just wanted to close my eyes and go to sleep. And if I would have been anywhere else than there and nobody was around, that's probably what I did. It's just close my eyes and went to sleep and never woke up.
Dr. Al-Mansir says it's a good lesson to learn that not everyone has the typical heart attack symptoms, and that we all need to keep an open mind about less common heart attack symptoms, like weakness, fatigue, and stomach upset.
The atypical symptoms, don't ignore it, and listen to your body and call 911.
Jody says she doesn't even want to think about what could have happened if 911 hadn't been called when it was. She says everything worked perfectly that day, from the worksite to the paramedics to the team at Essentia. Her husband benefited from years of medical research, education, and training from the American Heart Association.
Helen, did you get yours? No.
Today, she smiles when she calls him a bit of a poster child.
He's kind of educating others. We're educating other people about heart attacks, and we just feel that the importance of the service that they provide is just absolutely wonderful.
Without research, we would not find those stents, we would not find this catheter, and so on. So it's a huge step.
Okay, Kellen, how many? 2?
The Dahlens say this past year has put everything into perspective. They've learned not to sweat the small stuff and to be grateful for what they have. It all could have been so different, and Jason thinks about it every time he looks at his kids and what he could be missing.
My 10-year-old boy, who's going to teach him stuff, Dad's not going to be there, I mean, I thought about if I don't make it, what's going to happen. I just know that I wasn't ready to go yet, I got too much to teach my kids yet, I guess.